This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we were discussed about Mongo export and import, and what are the possible options for the export and import, or what are the types of files we do have, and how do we restore and all. And we also seen upside also with the situation. Now Mongo dump and Mongo restore. Let's see this actually. These two are very important for working with any DBA. Okay, so let's check this out. So let me see. Security is enabled actually. Yes, security is enabled. So what was the user I have created? Do you anybody remember? Let me see. I can go with it. Okay, Ravinder. Okay, it gives the historical data. Okay, like if you wanted to see all the commands I have run using the Mongo R, that user can see it. See, these are the commands you executed. If you forgot your commands for your session, you just run the history command. It will tell you what are the commands recently you executed. If the server is rebooted, this history will be gone anyway. But if not, your command history will be there. What under your profile, how many commands you have run, basically, you can come to know here. Basically, these are all commands the Mongo R did run basically for our discussion. So kind of. So this way you get to know details. Okay. So now I wanted to talk about dump. So before I do it, let's make this backup. Sorry, where Mongo. And here, do we have the backup? Yes, we have backup. Here, what we have? Do we have anything? Yes, we have. So I'm going to clean everything up. So, right. So in Mongo, do you want it to dump all databases or specific database or specific collection? Dump. Dump also works, server level. Mongo restore, like a Mongo export and import is a collection level, purely collection level. We cannot do anything. Mongo dump is something it dumps all database at one comma at one go, all complete server level databases or specific database or specific collection. All possibilities are possible using the Mongo dump. It is like a superset of Mongo export basically. It does everything. So just try to catch things very carefully. And parallelly, what I'll do, I'll connect to Mongo intentionally. Let's see, I mean, what are things we have? Where did I connect? I'm just looking for the connectivity. Okay, this is the connectivity. I'll take out this and I'll call it as Mongo. So I can connect. Just I wanted to connect to see what database we have, right? Show DBs. We have class, lab, admin, use, maybe testing, and I'll do the same data dump. I'm just in creating some more databases, guys, for discussion. Right. So DB is testing and show collections. We have two collections, right? Like this. Now show DBs, if you see, we have class, lab, testing. These are the user databases, including cloud. This also user database basically. Four user databases we have. So now I wanted to dump all databases. We're going to see the automation, auto cleanup, automation also in terms of backups. Uh, just try to follow. After this, I'll talk about the automating the backups through the OS, cron jobs. We'll see that. For now, see Mongo dump. If you wanted to run the Mongo dump, it's a command, simple dot command. So where I am right now, I'm into dump. I mean backup directory where I'm right now, var MongoDB backup directory. So Mongo dump, I'm running the Mongo dump, and security is enabled. If I just run, it will throw the error. I don't have authentication, required authentication. I have to do that. So who can do the Mongo dump? Basically, who has a server level backup permission or root. As a DBA, we will hold the root. So you have to authenticate. Authenticate means who can authenticate? The username I have to give it. Okay. So I'm giving the complete details here. Generally, you don't give the password in the command because people can see your history, who has admin rights. So don't do that. But here I'm just doing it so for the discussion sake. Authentication database admin. And do you wanted to dump everything? Yes, I wanted. I'm not specifying anything. I'm Mongo dump authenticating, I'm giving the authorization. But where it has to dump, I'm not giving the output directory also. Still it dumps every database in the current directory where you are connected to. That is a default nature of Mongo dump command. If you are not giving the output command where you wanted to dump the backups, then it will dump in the current directory only. You have to be very careful when you are running the dump. If you don't give the output file, it will dump in the current directory. In the current directory, that should have the space. If not, it will fail. As simple as it is. If I am running this command as it is, it will dump all database backups. See, it dumped. If I check this one, I was cleaned up everything. It will create one folder automatically called dump. By default, it will create it. So let me make the command by command notes. If I have it, I guess I already have it, but anyway. Mongo restore dump. So let's make this authenticated command instead of this. Oh, it's a Mongo restore. Taking all database backup in the current directory. Current directory means where we connected. The same thing. Mongo dump port, it is calling the port. Port is not required if it is default. It is default only. Username and password authentication database. So the above command will create the dump directory automatically and takes all database backup inside the dump directory in which the directory we are connected to directly in currently. Where are we connected right now? There it is going to dump all database backup. The exact thing it's showing it is doing now. If you see dump insert in it, all database folders created: admin, class, cloud, lab, and testing. It takes the admin database, other database, config database, local database, and test database. It won't take the backup. Admin database backup it takes, including the user, all user. If you go to what just we created, one database, testing. Under testing, we created two collections. It will create, like four files basically. This is something is data. This is a index data. This is data is index data. It's like that. Every collection will have a data and index data. Index means index backup is separate, data backup is separate. It takes like that. Be sent up. Mongo export does not take the index backup, only data backup. That is a big problem we have with the Mongo export. Mongo dump, it will take the index backup also. It will restore, Mongo restore will restore the indexes also. That is a big advantage for us we have. When we are refreshing the data from production to pre-prod to production or production to pre-prod, they want to test for some performance issues. You definitely have to get the index. You definitely have to go to the Mongo dump and restore only. Don't go with the export and import. They won't create the indexes. Basically, that's a big problem. That is why in the beginning I was saying that we use the Mongo dump and restore rather than Mongo export and import generally. I'll conclude this today. Okay. So now what we have seen, all database backups have been taken like this, and you find all. If for example, let me delete all of the databases intentionally because we have the backup, right? So what database I'm connected to? Class testing db dot drop database. Drop database. Right. It is gone. Drop testing. And what DB we are connected to? Testing. You need to show DBs. It is gone now. Testing is gone. Use lab and DB dot drop database. Don't drop database. Basically, we don't drop. Yeah, it's not good. But I'm just showing you. a use class because we had the backup. That is the reason I'm doing this. Okay, db.drop database and show dbs. You see this now? We have only left with the cloud on db dot. So use cloud db dot drop database. So we are dropping literally all databases. Okay. How do you recover now? Show DBs, we have only system databases now. User database all gone. You wanted everything back online. So the same in how did we dump the data? The same way, there's something called Mongo restore. All at a time with a single command to restore all databases. If you wanted that, it is just I'm showing you. There is a possibility. So we run through the possibilities so it will be easy for you all of you. Mongo restore authentication is again required because you're going to authenticate yourself and then restore it. Right. Where we have the files basically, where we are actually in the testing. I'm into testing. Just a minute. I should not be in this. I need to be in the dump directory so that it will call all. pwd. No, I need to be in the dump. This is where we have the all databases backups, right? So now I'm going to call the Mongo restore. Mongo restore username Ravinder, password Ravi @1234, authentication database admin. And do I have to call that files? No need to. Why? Because you are in the same directory. And this command also I have recorded here. Mongo restore dump and everything. Okay. Up to dump. We are in the dump anyway. I'm in the dump directory already. If I hit this, it is going to restore what it is saying. Using default dump directory, see Mongo restore for help. The heck is saying? I got it. So you have to be under dump. So it has to parse through all databases. Okay. Mhm. Understand this. I have to get out of that dump directory. I should be here in the backup. And if you see dump is here actually. Dump you have to call. Okay. You have to call at least dump. That is what. So that what it does if when you do this. Uh, uh, it it calls all databases basically because you are inside in it is trying to go inside the other directory like admin database and inside the directory class database inside the directory. So it's not like that. We are doing every database. It has to go through automatically all of the folders and parse through and then restore whatever the data it is there. So you have to be in a dump directory. If I hit this one, it is going to restore all database back online. If you see it, all database have been restored. Testing, if you see testing class, 12 documents, one collection. Testing cloud testing 40 collection, 40 documents. Class lab 12, 20 documents. It is recovered all of our databases back online. See, all databases are came back. So testing, if you use the testing, use testing and show collections, you will see both the collections what we have created in the beginning, right? See, class and EMP, and you read the data, you find all the data. Okay. db.emp, we have here the data emp.find.count. There will be 40 records. See, 40 records. So what you need to understand here, we can take the backup at one go. We can restore all database at one go. Both are possible. These are the possibilities. I'm discussing all of this, guys. So here, let me copy this command. I'll share this notepad again. Don't worry. This is a command. See, we took the all database backup. So Mongo dump, the username, password, and admin. So when you not giving the output directory, it will just dump the all backups in the current directory, and it will create one folder called dump by default. You don't need to create dump directory. Dump directory will be created by the Mongo dump itself if you are not giving the output directory. Output directory I'm giving in the next command anyway. If you're not giving, it will create the dump and then take all database or one collection or one database backup into that dump directory. Okay. If you are giving the directory, it won't create the dump directory. If you are not giving, then only it does. So let's do this. So taking all database backup to a specific directory. Okay, let's do it. Like we have seen that one, right? So let's see if now pwd I'm into backup. So I'll create one more folder, backup, maybe backup. Okay, backups, backup. I'm making a directory intentionally. Okay, dir backup. So now lsfnl, right? So now what I'm going to do, the same command is same, mongo dump. We are not changing the command, right? This is the command, but I'm giving the output directory now where it has to take the backup, mongodb backups backup. So I'm giving the output directory where it has to generate the backup. It does not create the dump anymore. It will generate the backup inside this complete directory. We'll see that. Taking the backup to specific directory, this one. Where you wanted to point it out, you can point it out. Something good, right? So now, if I go inside this directory, I'll find it out. So if I see and backup, right, where we have, you see all database folders here like this. So taking the all database backup to current directory without output directory, taking the all database backup to specific directory. Is it clear? Say something.
Yes.
Now restoring from the specific directory. Let's see. Uh, Instead of this, you just have to call restore mongo dump place just to call the mongo restore. Nothing else you have to do. But can I do it mongo restore now from that directory? Is it possible? What do you think? If I hit it, what happens? What happens if I do it? You have the databases parsing the command line, unknown option. Okay, O should not be there. Sorry. When you call the restore, you don't need O. Like it's not output here. It is calling the directory by default anyway. If I hit it, it will throw the error. Why? Because you already have the data and you're trying to dump again the same thing on all databases. Okay. You wanted to overwrite the data. You wanted to overwrite the data of each database in each collection, but with the backup data, you have to use extra tag called drop. So it will drop all the existing data and it will restore. It started restoring it. All database overwritten with the data. So like that, we have a lot of possibilities when we are restoring it. When we are, let me write this statement. Do we have that? Restoring all databases. So above command will back. Okay, this one, not this one. Is it a restore? Okay. Above command will all backups which are present in the dump drive will restore. Will restore all backups which are present in dump directory, but there is any database exists, it will try to restore and gives error. Then we have to restore all databases with the override. We can use the drop. Okay, it is mentioned, and the above command, this one. Okay, anyway, it is mentioned. Good enough. This is mentioned, but here specific directory. Let's keep this specific directory this way. It will give you some insight. Restoring database from the specific directory and telling the drop, and it is mentioned if we have to restore all databases with overwrite, we can use below command. This is also help you, right? It is talking, this statement talking about the above command and below command, both good enough. We are good enough in that direction. Now we know how we take all database backup to the current directory without giving the output directory. We know how to take all database backup to specific directory, and also we know how do we restore all databases from the dump directory and we know how to restore all databases from the custom directory. Both we have done with the drop also. Is it clear? Yes or no? It's clear, right?
Yes, Ravi.
Taking
How
all
about that
database back.
system database?
System
Those
databases
also came.
basically only admin database makes sense for the migration. Why? Because admin database will hold the user's information and system authenticate system details information. But config and local database are the two databases which hold some data, but they hold the data related to sharding and replication. So sharding and replication data
Mm.
you cannot migrate. You cannot migrate that data. When you join the
Oh,
servers, it will build the data.
okay.
So
So
test
we no need
database
to
anyway
take
you don't need.
backup of those.
You cannot take if you're trying to take the let's see what it says. I guess we cannot take that database backup. Just skipping means we cannot take, I feel. Let's give it a try. Why not? So I wanted to take a local database or a config database backup. Before I do this, let's come on. Oh yeah, we have the session here, right? Your DBs. You see the config and local two databases, right? Let's hit it what it says. So specific database backup, let's do that. So specific databases, you have to mention the database config. It's a Mongo export, Mongo dump actually. Come on, must be right. And the output I'm mentioning it where it has to take the backup. That's all. So I'm trying to take the config database backup. What it says? Did it take the backup? No, it skipped. Comfortably, it skipped. If you go here, we have given the same directory where we are right now, but it did not create the config database backup. Did not thrown the error. Instead of that also, let's use the local also what it says. Collections backup you can take if you have it, but this won't support maybe. Okay, local has taken only uh, startup it has taken. Okay, local taken, why not config then? Config. We don't take this anyway, no need to worry. Why we
Okay.
don't take basic? Why we don't need to take the backup? Config database will build through the configurations, not through the backups. Configuration means when you enable the sharding, then only config database will be used. When you enable the replication, then only local database will be used. Else they don't be used. They are useless. If you're running just a standalone Mongo, you don't need those databases. If you're running the replication, local is required. If you're running the sharding, config is required. That is the reason behind it. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Good enough. So we know, guys, how we take the all database backups to specific directory or without directory. Now let's go with the database by database. So where I am right now into this directory, I'll wipe off everything quickly. Right, everything, all database backups are gone. Now I'm going to take the one database backup, restore one database backup. So we have seen server level. Let's do the database level. Let's do the collection level. That's over. Things are over then. So Mongo dump. Okay, well, not to type. Right, Mongo dump. I want to take. Come on, again. So we don't have anything in this directory. It's very important. Try to follow where I am right now into backups. Do I have anything in this? Absolutely no. So now I'm going to take the backup of one single database, Mongo dump. I'm going to use what database backup I wanted to take. I'll just decide on that one. Let's use the testing we just created today. Before that, I do one thing, intentional it is. So use testing. You need to follow this. It's very, very important point. This is very, really important, especially. Why we don't use the show collections db.emp dot get indexes. What are the indexes we have on that collection? Only default index. db.emp.find one. just to get the structure. This is the structure. I'm going to create an index on the ID db dot, or else we have the class, right? Db dot, we have more data there. That's why I wanted to pick up that class dot get indexes, one index db dot class dot find one. We have one extra field. Come on, sorry, one extra field. What is that extra field? Is address. Now I'll create the index on ID, ID name, ID address. Three index I'll create. It is intentional, just intentional. db dot class, okay, create index. We did all of this anyway. Nothing new. So creating the index on ID, just one index. Okay, next index is on ID, comma, name, both. Second index, and third index is an address also, right? So db dot class dot get indexes. I come on, get. See, we created these many index. It is something intentional. Why did I do that many index creations? I'll tell you. When you're restoring Mongo dump, it will take the index backup. When you're restoring, it will create the indexes also. But Mongo export import does not deal with indexes at all. It only deal with the data. That is a big difference. If you have a billions of record and you're dumping from production to pre-prod, they're testing it, and you did not migrated the indexes, that will be worst performance they'll give it. They cannot do that live testing for sure because of indexes are missing. If they don't know like why index are missing and they're seeing like too much time, then maybe they feel like a box issue. It's not a box issue because you did not copy the index. Even I faced that issue in the beginning of my career. I used to do the Mongo export and import kind of job. No, I was not knowing that Mongo dump and restore only can get the indexes basically. Mongo export indexes, Mongo export, Mongo import does not get the indexes. Only dump and restore get the index. This is, you have to be careful. I'm going to show it live anyway. Now, if I'm dumping the database of testing, okay, testing. You must key the case sensitivities. I'm taking one specific database backup into the backup directory. It took. So if you see, if you go and see, it is built a database backup directory and testing. If you see, it will create for every collection. This is the data. This is the index. Do you want it to read that? You can read it actually. Cat class. If you read this, this is index data. You see this? Let's go with the pretty. Oh, come on, it's not pretty. It's a JSON data. It's a voice command. We cannot use the pretty here. Anyway, you see this options indexes ID1 and ID1 and testing local key ID1 name. So yeah, this is the next index, and we created one more in ID name address. All indexes are there in the metadata. If you just take the Mongo export, you're just dealing with the data. Indexes never be touched with the Mongo export. Is it clear to everyone? Please, this is a very important point, really important point. People, a lot of people don't know who really working also. Mongo dump and Mongo restore get deals with indexes. Mongo export, Mongo import does not deal with the indexes at all. Is that word is clear?
Sir,
Yeah, be careful. So when you are working what they're asking, you have to be very specific on that one. Now we took one database backup. I am going to drop the database and recover it. As simple as it is. So show DBs, use testing db.drop database. Database has been dropped. No database anymore. Now I wanted to recover that. As I have the backup, I can recover it. This is what you have to be dependent. Okay. Mongo restore username. Okay, which database you wanted to restore again? Database name you have to mention. Testing. Okay. From which directory you want to restore?
Can we use a different name also, Ravi, or need to give only that name
No, no, no. You can give
for
any name.
database?
Okay, good. You can give any name. Doesn't matter. Like, okay, good point you brought up. It is a
Mm,
testing. I wanted to make it as what do we say? A demo database. Okay, from that
mm.
database. So you can do anything basically. So now if I do this, come on, it need that. What does there is one more directory called testing. It is built right now. If I do this, it is going to what? Parsing the command line option expected argument to flag is okay, sorry, it is the spelling is wrong it seems. That's correct.
Authentication
Very
database admin.
good. You gotta start with me then. Now what it did, it did the restore. If you go to here, what database is it is built? Demo instead of this. You can give any name. It no need to give the same name. It's not required. Okay. Demo, show collections. See? emp dot class dot find, you find all the records. db dot class dot, okay, get indexes. It's not Mongo is actually on the fly. It does things on the fly. If you are doing the restore and which does not exist, it'll create it. Okay.
So how about that physical files? So we can do that on fly also. That same thing, but
Which
changing
which
the directory.
I didn't catch you. I didn't catch your question. What
So
you're trying to
here
ask?
we are giving here
Hmm.
we are giving a new database name, right?
Hmm,
So
hmm,
where that
hmm.
files are like, stored in the current directory, right?
Which files? The database
The
files?
demo
Database?
database files.
They will sit in the data directory. Oh, okay. What is the problem?
No,
Data
no.
directory.
If you
Hmm.
want to specify any other directory, so can we make it that
No,
one
no, no,
also in
no,
the
no.
same
That
statement?
no. That is not there in Mongo. It will go in the
Okay,
config file. Wherever you have the default directory, it's not something you cannot move the databases physically with the commands. No, absolutely cannot in Mongo. There is no such
okay,
control. Good question, but there is no such control. You have to make the config default directory. That is where it is. You don't deal with the physical locations of the database. Basically, you are restoring it from the physical location of the
mm,
files, but not the physical location of the database. You cannot change it through the commands. If you
okay,
wanted to
okay, got it.
move, if you wanted to move the directory, so shut down the Mongo, move, copy paste the
Mm,
complete directory to new directory, and change the directory in the config file and start. It will pick up the new directory. It is like that.
okay, okay.
Understood, right?
Yeah, yeah, understood.
Right. Let's do the collection. Okay. Last command is collection level. So Mongo dump. Come on, where it is. Then we'll move to the next level, automation of the backups. Okay. This is very important. Again, you guys asked in the beginning, Lata and you, right? So let's do that. So now I'm going to take one collection backup instead of, come on, what happened? Hanged. Machine got hanged. Just a minute. I'll clean up the directory again. So pwd and cd dot. It will build a database name automatically. This directory I'm cleaning it up. Okay. You don't have anything right now in this directory. Okay. Let's go with the dump. Right. Here I'll mention further. C collection. What is a collection name class? That's it. So it will create the database folder automatically. Inside it, class backup will be taken. That's how it is. Invalid namespace specifier. The heck it is saying? Counting, testing, invalid namespace. What is invalid? Is it a class only, right? This is a class only, which is correct. Okay, what is the problem? Can anyone tell? Oh, come on, what did I do? How do I exit multi? Okay. Can anyone tell what the mistake have done? If you are observing it, look at this output and tell me at least. There is a problem I have done. Look at this and tell me what the problem I'm doing, what the wrong I'm doing, why it is giving this mirror. Anyone?
Class
See,
and database name and uh, collection name same.
no, actually, testing database does not exist. If you see, I'm trying to take the testing database and collection. Testing is restored as a demo. Testing is not there anymore. So I should not call the database. That's what it is saying. Invalid namespace testing. So there is no database name with that name. Demo. Because you asked a different name, I did it. So that is the reason we don't have testing anymore. Now I'm calling the collection backup. See, it picked up. So now this directory was not having anything. Now it is created the directory called demo automatically. And within the demo directory, you will see two files. One is a class, bsn data, and this data. Can I read this bsn data for some reason? Can I read? No, you cannot read. Bsn data will be encrypted by default. You cannot read it. And there is some binaries to read it basically. And I was saying we'll talk about all the binaries, right? Quickly. So let's open one more shell to talk about this. cd var mongodb, come on, setups, okay, mongo directory bin. So if you know what are the binaries you know now, you know mongo, you know mongo d, you know mongo dump, you know mongo export, you know mongo import, you know mongo restore as well, you know mongoose as well, right? So what you don't know, install campus, you don't use it. This is a tool basically. You don't know bsn dump. Bsn dump will read the data which is in the bsn format. If you wanted to read this data, I can do that. Bsn dump, you have to use that command. That's it. Bsn dump. So and class dot bsn. If you wanted to read it, you can read the data, actual data. Bsn dump command will be used to read the bsn files data. That's it, nothing else it does. There is a bsn dump, is a command, it's a utility, Mongo binary utility. It can read the bsn files. That's it, nothing else you can do. When I'm trying to read plain with the voice command, it is giving the encrypted data. But when I'm reading with the bsn dump and the bsn file name, it is giving the actual data basically. And now if I wanted to convert this data into JSON, I can do it. So I have to redirect it to class one.json. I'm converting the data. It is done. Now if you see LSF in L, there is some JSON data, class one, that you can read directly. So this will help you to convert the BSON data to JSON data and read the BSON data directly. Both the things you can do it. Is it clear? Is it clear
Yes.
about the BSON? BSON dump is nothing else other than that. BSON dump does not do anything except reading the BSON files data. That's it. You wanted to convert BSON data to JSON data, read BSON data using BSON dump command and redirect that output to JSON. That's it. Nothing else you do. BSON dump, and it is converting the BSON data and reading out into the JSON data. And when it is reading, you are redirecting to the different file. So did BSON data converted to JSON? Now you can read with the OS command. That is only the purpose of the bsn dump, nothing else we do with that command. So now we know bsn dump. Install campus, leave that part. That is for only tool for the Windows. No, this we don't use it as a binary, no need to worry. We know bsn dump, we know mongo, we know mongo d, mongo dump, we know mongo export, we know Mongo files we don't know. Okay, Mongo files we don't. Let's see this tomorrow if possible. I'll cover up. No need to worry. Mongo import. Okay, Mongo import we know. Mongo restore we know. Mongoose we know. What we don't know right now? Mongo top, Mongo stat, Mongo replay. I'll cover today itself. We have time. Mongo replay and Mongo files. That's it. 4 commands we don't know right now. Okay, I'll cover this today. This I'll cover tomorrow, and these commands I'll try to cover tomorrow. And migration also will be covered tomorrow. Okay, fine. So now let's come to our discussion, guys. Back to our discussion. So come on, where are we? So we took one collection backup, right? Now I will drop the collection. This intention again. Use demo, show collections, db dot class dot drop, dropping the collection. It's gone. Show collections. We don't have that. Maybe we have a. Let's clear the screen. We have the JSON file. Does it might cause the issue, or let's see what it does. We should not keep like that, but let me see myself also that error, how it behaves basically. Mongo restore I wanted, right? Mongo restore and database is right, demo is also correct, and collection is you have to mention the collection class, okay, and up to you have to go instead of testing, you have to go into the demo inside the demo, right? Now hit it. What it is saying? Come on, again, authentication database is missing. Sorry guys, it happens sometimes. Now, this is what checking for the collections, a demo, and demo scanning the file system is a directory, not a BSON file. Okay, you have to point it to when you're doing the collection level restore, you have to point that BSON file to it. Basically, it's mandatory. Class dot bson. You have to pass that file. That's where it will pick up a specific file of the collection, and it will restore the associated indexes automatically. You don't need to worry about that. If I do it, it is restored. See, if you look at this, it is restored, finishing the restore 12 documents. Restoring the indexes for collection, done. Restoring the indexes for collection from metadata, it is done. So that's what collection level restore means. Show collections. We are done with the Mongo import and Mongo dump and Mongo restore also. If you understand this, you find all the data, you find all the indexes. Any questions on these commands now? We're done. And if you see here, document, I mentioned almost every command. Restoring a database, a particular database, Mongo restore, host, port, and DB, and here authentication is not mentioned. Let's use authentication. That's it. Nothing else. We discussed here authentication. Host if it is a different machine basically. Okay, let's talk about that also. See, uh, Mongo is running on the 4th. I wanted to take the backup on 3rd machine. You can take it. Mongo is such a flexible product, right? And see, you are running the cron job, servers are here. This is a backup server. Assume okay, this is a DB server, this is a backup server. I'll automate the backups in this server, and backup server is running in this server. You can do that because you are not affording to keep all the backup directory keep in the same server because it is going to take the load. You want it to run the backups on the remote. Let's do that. Anyway, manually also we'll see it. So Mongo down. Do we have Mongo here? Anyway, just call the Mongo, it'll give you. Okay. Oh, you have secondary something in this? Really? Fine, whatever it is. So now let's go to the CD where let's build some directory for this. We don't have backups, guys. CD. What do we say? Make directory. Make dir backups. Okay. Get into the backups. Now I'm going to take the backup of one database, one collection, everything, all quickly I'll show it. Mongo host. Which host backup you want to take? Linux 4. You can mention the target and username Ravinder and the password Ravi at the rate 1234, right? And authentication database. See, if it is a SQL server or anything, you have to you have to push the backup from the local server. Okay. This is something very good actually. Wherever you wanted to take the backup, you can take it. So Mongo host and where we are in the backup. So if I want to take the backup with, if I'm not giving any database name, it will dump everything. Where what is that? MongoDB and backups. And you have to output when it is Mongo dump. It is not Mongo dump, and you have to mention the output directory. If I'm doing this, it is going to take all database backups into this server. Why am I forgetting this? Authentication is fine, but why not mentioning it? Anyway, see, it took all database backups where it took actually. It took in the remote server. This is a remote server. This is a physical server. Physical server databases, right? You see, the database exists in Linux 04, but we are taking the backups here. This is a DB server, this is a backup server. You automate every server backup in one of the directory into backup server. That's how you deal with it, because you don't want to keep the load in the local server. The processing power will be given to the third party server. Third party means another server. Trying to follow? See, when we are dumping the data, we are calling the host Mongo Linux 04, and where it is dumped the data into Linux 03. But server is running in the Linux 04, backups are dumping into Linux 03 in the remote server. Is it clear? Say something. Clear or not? This is exactly the thing that was mentioned in the document anyway. Here, host, we are calling the host and everything, and taking the backup in the remote server. It's not restore, it's about the backup. I'll keep one extra point here. Here, not, we ran the backup, the Linux 03 server, where Mongo running on Linux 04, right? These are all called remote backups, right? Taking the backup on remote server. We are taking the backups on the remote server, obviously, in the remote server, right? Is it clear to everyone? We have done all complete server level database backups, one database, specific database backup, a specific collection backup. And we have also restored all databases on specific database and specific collection also. Is it clear? Say something.
Yes, Ravi. Yes, Ravi.
Right. And also we are running the backup on the remote server, which means that you need the binaries. Here we have the binary. It is when I'm calling the Mongo, it has a binary in it. It has a binary in it. That's why it is taking the backup. Else it won't take the backup. You need to make the binaries available on the target basically. You're using Mongo version. You check this way if you wanted to test. The version is calling 4.0. server version is also same. Try to keep the same version binaries on the target backup server. At least higher side, not the lower side binaries. Why? Because higher side binaries will call the lower side, but the lower binaries may not call the higher side because of incompatibilities in the future. Now it is okay, but in the future, right? So now let's automate the backups on the 3. The server is running on 4. And let's talk about how do we clean up the files, how the things can automated or taking the backups, right? Let's do it. Oh, Frank, this is a MongoDB. Okay, fine. You can listen. Hi, Frank. This is a MongoDB class actually. Uh, anyway, you can continue for a while. So now, guys, I wanted to take all database backups using the shell script. Frank, you can go on mute. Frank, you there? Frank, you there? Right, right. You can listen this. If it's, it's a MongoDB classes actually. Fine. John Karthik is left. Okay. Anyway, so now I wanted to automate the backup on the remote server. The server is running on this. I wanted to automate the backup on the remote server. Okay, and clean up the directories. I'm going to talk about that. It is simple anyway. So where I am right now, into backup directory, where we have the directory backups here. I wanted to clean up first all of them. I'm cleaning up everything. Come on. Remove RF. Oh, sorry. I'd use RMIF RF asterisk. This is going to clean up everything. See, there is nothing right now. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a shell script where it goes and talk to the server and pick up the backup here automatically. So there is a shell script. I have already included in this. No, it will. I'll explain. This is a script which will take all database backups basically. So here Mongo dump a username, user password you have to mention. Okay. And authentication database admin, and the destination where we want to take the backup, you have to mention where MongoDB backups and directory. This is correct. So we have the where MongoDB backups or backup. Let's check that part. So backups only. Good enough. You have to get the current directory and give that in the script. Right. So now it is going to build, every day directory and take the backup. So how do we clean up? We'll see it first. Let's talk about how do we automate the backup first, right? So if I run this shell, this command directly, it is going to take all database backups. Mongo dump user or host must be mentioned. Is the remote right? Host. You have to mention the host Linux 04. Right. It is calling Mongo dump host authentication and destination. That's it. If I run as it is, it will generate all database backups. What it is saying? Error connecting to DB server. Server returned error. SAL authentication step authentication. Okay, left. He wanted to join Azure class anyway. Okay, let's troubleshoot what the heck it is saying that. Mongo dump. We use the Mongo dump here, right? Where was that? It is gone. The history. Let's come on. Right, we use this one. Authentication failed. Mongo dump host authentication database. How come? Do you see Mongo dump host username is correct, password is correct? What the heck it is saying? Why authentication? Na, 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 na. Connecting to the server return error on SSL authentication step. Looks good. Nothing is wrong with the command. Uh, Let us see. At least does it created the directory? It should created the directory at least. If it is created the directory, and it's not failing on that one, right? Okay, understood. What is this saying? Authentication destination is given. What the authentication? Is going the correct user only. How come? Looks good to me. Nothing is wrong in this. Directory. It went up to this point. It is created a directory. Where it failed on this one. Okay. Just a minute. I'll just place it manually and run this. What it really says. Let's see it. I'm running the command as it is. Ah. This is not good, huh? Why it is so? Do you guys see any issue here? Okay, Linux. Okay, it should be capital L or what? I don't think this is causing the issue. Mm, What the heck happened? How come this got worked then when we ran the first time? What is the difference you see here to that and this? Do you see anything? Just check it out, guys, thoroughly. Where we went wrong. Linux 03 and 4 user password authentication admin. The heck, huh? What do you see difference between this and this? I don't see anything. Let's pick up this then. It's liking only this one. Okay, okay, directory. This forward directory is missing. Okay, that's the problem. Got it. So I'll replace this with this complete. Right, now I'll automate. First, let's check again before we automate. RF, RF, gone. Everything is gone. So clear, PWD, nothing right now. Run the shell command. What we're going to run?
We need to pass the variable, right? Dollar destination.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Dollar test. Yes, that's correct. Right, now it is working. So it will build a directory like this with the date. And this is based on this, we will clean up this directory. How do we clean up? We'll see, but this is how we will automate it. So there's something called cron. The script is ready to take the backup, guys. It can be local or remote, anywhere. The script is ready to take all database backups of Mongo. Now, if I want it to automate it, there is something called etc cron tab. If you read this one, cron tab will work like this. And I copied this output also in the notepad. See, for details to see, come on, what I did to check cron schedules, cron job details, cron tab, it's not a cron job. To check cron tab details, we can use below command. Let's go with like that. Right. So what it is saying when we are reading it, what it is saying, if you see this, when I read the command cat etc cron tab, okay, and here you see it is following 5 stars actually. Minutes of the hour, minutes of the current hour. Here, hour of the day, 23 to 0 to 23 means minutes of the current hour, and hour of the day, which hour you wanted to run. This one, day of the month, which day of the month you wanted to run. This one is month of the year, which month you wanted to run. This is a day of the week. So it's so simple, guys, if you wanted to understand this. See, guys, I'll run through some schedules anyway so that you understand well. Schedules, sample schedules. Now every day 1 a.m. 1:30 a.m. Mongo backup should run. Mongo backup should run. How do you schedule it in the cron tab? You have to schedule. The scheduler goes like this. First, every like is it like you are giving 30 minutes. First, give the 30 minutes. 30 minutes of the which hour? 1 hour. 24. It will follow the 24 hours format. So 30 minutes of the hour, which hour? First hour of the day, like 1. The rest is, do you want it to run particular day? Do you month of day of the month? Particular day means like you are giving a 10th day. 10th means it will go and run on 10th of the month and 1:30 on the 10th of the month. Every month on the 1:30 and the 10th of the month it will run the job. It is like that. So if I keep it star every day, it don't take about the day. Every day at 1:30, 1 hour 30 minutes, it will trigger the job. Next is month of the year. You want it to run on specific month only, the rest of the months you don't want to run? No, that will be yearly job if you mention that. And third thing is day of the week. You want it to run on Saturday? See, it is starting with 0. 0 means Sunday. 1 means Monday. 7 means Saturday. See, it is given 0 are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if I'm giving here 6, assume, I guess Sunday 0 or 7. Okay. If I'm giving 6, it will run on the Saturday. This schedule will run on Saturday to 1:30 a.m. in the night. The job will be triggered. That's how the schedule goes. So now one more schedule. Every week, on Saturday, every week I'm just running on Saturday, 2:15 a.m. backup should run. Backup should run. Can anyone tell the schedule for this? Anyone? 2:15 a.m. it has to run the backup on Saturday based on this output. What it is giving us. First minutes. Minutes means
15.
15. Okay.
Next
Then
2.
2. Very good.
uh, star.
Star. Okay, good.
Next month also star.
Excellent.
Next, 6 for
6.
the
That's it.
Saturday.
You're correct actually. If you understand this, you understand the scheduler. It's just a scheduler, nothing else. It's just a scheduler. We are giving the schedule to the cron job. Now we tested the see guys, we tested the script, the cron script just now, right? So let's automate this. So there is something called cron job, tab edit basically. Go and do the schedules there for this script. Before you do it, you have to load this script into one of the file. Which script? This script. And this is something is going to delete the files after 3 days. Directory basically. Whatever is there under var mongo, in our case is backups. We are mentioning up to backups. It goes into var mongo backups. Whatever the directory age becomes 3 days. It will delete. This command will delete the backup directories more than 3 days older. The value is given in minutes. Which value? This value. If you see this value, let me explain that also. It's very important to know. Cleaning up is also very important. Okay, I'm keeping this one. This is 3 days basically, right? Divided by 3 is 3, uh, and divided by 20, 24-hour format. 20, divided by 60 actually. It's 24 hours. See guys, so simple. 24 hours into 60 minutes. It is in minutes. 24 hours, 60 minutes. It becomes the 1440 into 3 days. 4320. So 4320 minutes. If the file age becomes 4320 minutes, it will delete the directory automatically. It's like that. Okay. It is going to do that exactly. So anyway, I'll keep up to this thing in the directory. Do you wanted to test this one? We'll test this first, if at all you wanted. Come on. So where do we test this? Do we have anything? Let me see. I'll explain this. You need to know that also. Mhm. We have this, and it is created 8.2, 8.10. We'll mention that anyway. I wanted to delete this intentionally. Let me change the time. I don't want to pick up there. I'll pick up in the next line and do it. So if you see how many minutes age file it is, tell me. Look at the time. How many minutes? 11 minutes here. 2 minutes. Total 9 minutes age file. I'll make this value to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. If the directory become 5 minutes age file directory, delete it. As simple as it is. If you run this one, and where it is deleting again, it is deleting under this directory only, not in any other. But you have to mention very carefully. pwd under this directory. I'm running this command. Anywhere you can run this command, it will go and delete that. 5 minutes. This is a more than 5 minutes older file. Now if you go and read, the directory is gone. Why it is gone? Because this directory age is more than 5 minutes. 12 minutes, and this is a 2 minutes. 8.2 it is created. So total 10 minutes age directory. But we are giving 3 days of age. So every day it will generate the backup file like this with the dates. Within that, if you go and see within this, all deleted just now. Okay. Anyway, let's do the automation first, and then I'll explain that anyway. So you understood, right? It is deleting the directory of your backup directory. You don't need after 6 days or 7 days. You don't want the backups. You have to clean up. If not, the directory, the disk file system will be filled up if you don't clean up. So we are cleaning up the backups after the 3 days from the current directory. 3 days. Okay. 3 days from the current directory. So it you have to run the first backup, then delete it. Always it is like that. So now I'm picking up this one. I'm going to load into one of the bash shell. Anywhere you can load it actually. You just have to call it. So let's go inside the one directory back again because it will clean up the files in that directory. Here I can keep the file anywhere. So vi backups.sh back let's give it a different name, back auto backups, auto backups. You have to keep .sh if you wanted to automate something. Vi auto.backup.sh. In this, I'm going to load that script. Script is loaded here. Okay. Now saving it. It got saved. Now it must be executable file by the owner of the file. It is not executable yet. So chmod 700 auto. Now you see this file is executable. When the file is executable, it will show in a green color like this. Okay, it is executable. Now I'll schedule that file. That's how it is. So sudo, okay, vi et or not sudo uh, sudo cron tab sudo. You see guys, there is some command cron tab and -l. This will read the schedules. No cron tab for mongo or the heck, really?
No, we
We
are
don't
taking
have
cron tab -e.
no, we are reading. E means it will go to edit. We are reading the schedules. -l means.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the edit then. This guy don't have a edit permission, I guess. I did not made him the OS level user. So what I'll do, I'll make the execute permission to others in that case. I'll make the execute for others or group also no others. Let's give the 6 to others because I'm going to run through Ravinder account. It's a read write, okay. I'll execute. Only execute permission to others. Good enough. So I'll come with the Ravinder because if you see cron tab -e, it is opened. It is opened. Okay. If it is opened, then what is the time right now? 8:15. I'll keep it 8:16, 8:18. 8:18 means here 18. Come on. 18. Uh, 18 minutes. And what is our now? What is our 8th hour? And asterisk and asterisk. And I'm going to call where MongoDB. What was that? Backups. Here, auto backups. Auto backups .sh. Save it. Come on, what the heck happens? I'm not sure that happens all the time. Cron tab -l. It will read the schedules. Cron tab. Just a minute. Something went wrong. Edit. How do you go to edit and the end of the file? The shell. Use much this cell.
Shift G or shift.
Right. Shift G. That's correct. No. Control Shift G. I guess. No. Come on. It's not doing it. There's something. Shift G is giving the value. Escape Shift G. No, it's not going. Anyway, there is something Shift G or Control Shift G. Something is there, correct. But anyway, let's clean up manually. 17. I'll have to change the time then. Right, so till this point, so 18th minute is over, so I'll make it 20th minute now. So now read the cron tab. This only schedule exists. Where, let's see, is it correctly we posted it here? Where backups pwd less -l. What happened? Where is this backup I've created? Huh? Oh shit, I have created in this directory, then I have to change it again. Cron tab -e. There is no backup. It is just MongoDB itself. 20th minute is not triggered yet, right? Right. Where MongoDB auto backups or auto backup itself. Come on. To backup. Again, I'll change it then. You have to match the name, else it won't call the file. 20th minute is over. I'll keep it
Yeah,
21st.
21.
I'll keep it 21. Right. Now, is it correct? Where MongoDB auto backup. Right. So where it is going to generate the backup, and we have mentioned the directory where it will generate the backup in this directory, right? Backup. So go inside in it. So you don't have the backup yet. Okay. This 21st second minute it will trigger. So it would have triggered. See, it is triggered. You see this? It is created the directory automatically. You go inside the directory, it is created all database backups. The heck, huh? What happened? We tested the code, right? What? Oh, come on. Should have kept this destination. I did not change that. Okay, let's change that in the code again. This is a usual thing. You have to work it and fix it out. Now I'll go on cron tab 822. I'm changing the schedule again. 22, let's keep it 23, which is fine. I want to say before that. Now let's see. CD backups, and let's see. 20, 51 seconds, 52, 53, 54, 55. You see this timer? You see this timer? 29, now it is triggered because I kept the time. See, it is triggered. 23 minute, and let's give some time to it to dump the data. Now you see the data files here. Oh, come on, please. Why? Let's test this actually. What the heck, it is not doing the job. We tested it, right? Hmm. We tested, then what else it need, huh? Wait, what the heck? Loss of null. There will be 3 directories now. Here you'll have the data, but why not on others? There is some problem. Here it is created. Here also it should be there. Hmm. Okay. Are we keeping this delete to? It's fine. This is correct only. Why not? Not doing dumping. It's dumping correctly. Wait, 25. Let's finish this anyway. I'll keep this way. Let's do it. I'll clean up everything here. Come on, where am I right now? See guys, I'm into here PWD. Okay, LSF and L. There is nothing right now. I'll go back to the command again. Okay, let's change that auto cleanup. Let's take out that if that is causing the issue. We'll see that. Is it really doing some issue with this? It should do the job because we given what it required. We'll run this separately if it is causing the issue. Right. I'll call this separately manually without automation. We can run manually. Come on, auto. Come on, how do you call this? Huh? How do you run this in this? If I want to run the bash, this directly, I want to trigger this. How do
SH,
we run?
yeah, SH space that file name. Yeah,
No, I
file name.
don't think. No, connecting to DB server, no reachable servers. No, we did the same thing, right? The heck it is saying, huh? Wait, what we have done. Let's see cat first. Mongo dump host to absolutely correct, no issues. Now let's go to the scheduler. Is it not triggering the
Cron tab. N is
27? Let's go with the 28.
same time did not change.
Uh-huh. Hmm. What is the problem? It is creating up to directory. Why it is not dumping? We did that test, right? Dumping worked well for us. We checked it. We check this statement. It should run as it is. What the heck it is doing? Come on. Dude, it's working fine. Then what's the problem with it? Let me replace this once again. Maybe just a minute, guys. We'll fix this. It is easy only. I'll delete all of this. And AI auto. I'll wipe out everything. Let's see what is the problem with it. I'm not kidding. It is correct. Come on, it is correct. Right? This is correct as it is. Right? Now, cron tab.
Or just do sh dot.
Let's see. Let's use this. 2830. Come on, by that time I have to finish this. Oh, come on. Was it triggered? Oh, it is triggered. How come that is not execute? Let's see the log. What it is actually writing in the log. Var log and cron. Cron tab or cron? Just not. We can read the logs actually. What the job is doing. Cd cat etc. Sorry, var log cron. I will finish tomorrow. Not worry. I'm not going to finish without any cron jobs or cron permission denied. What the heck it is saying? Right. It executed this. Good enough. Nothing. No log. It will write. It just tell you that the file got executed. That's it. What is this reload pool spool cron manager? Which is fine. It is triggering fine. Triggering fine. What's the problem? It is triggering fine. That's why we are able to see the folder anyway. But why not Mongo dump? It should do the job.
Just remove that host name and try. Will that works?
No, you need the
Linux
host name, right?
04.
You need it. If you don't use it, you have to run on the local, the Linux 04 itself.
Use
When we tested,
We
755
are dumping the
give permission 755 or 76.
no. The folder got created, right? Folder created means it is something got the rights already. The folder itself is owned by that guy who is running the shell. It is not triggering the command for some reason, and we are running that manually. It is triggered, right? It is creating the folder and getting it. So it should, the shell also does the same thing. It is just executing the command as it is. How come it is not doing? It's a strange thing. Okay, we'll see tomorrow, guys. Then I don't want to finish it in a hurry. We'll see that tomorrow. Automation of backups.